Hello, somebody. How you doing?
I'm alright. Just a little irritated, I guess.
What brings you into life really irritated?
I don't know. My mom thought I should come.
Honestly, Chicago. What's going on?
Basically, she just feels like I have a flirting problem or something, which I don't think, anything about. I'm a girl, so I like guys. But she thinks that, it's gotten out of hand. Like, what? You're a girl, right? Like,
Yeah. So why does she think you have a problem with flirting?
I don't know. Like, she just says that I have too many boyfriends.
How many boyfriends do you have, somebody?
I mean, I have like five. Well, I think I have like five or six. But and she says that that's not normal, but I'm just like, what? I'm 19, and I feel like if I want to have that many guy friends, which so happens to be my boyfriend, then why not? I'm just having fun. And I tell her I'm just having fun, but she thinks like it goes further than that, and she just really thinks I need to see somebody about it because she feels like she can't help. So
So do you don't think that you're doing this a problem?
nope.
So how do you have time to balance all these boyfriends out? How do you do it?
Well, and then that's the thing. Like they all know. They all know about each other. I just spend time with some of them. Sometimes, I mean, I always text all of them and talk to all of them on the phone. I actually think it's kind of good because, if I get bored on one, then there's another. Duh. And I don't know, like she just thinks it's absurd. And I just like, I don't know. And then like she came to visit me at work one day and I was like she came to I work in the bakery and she came to the bakery and I was like in the back kissing this guy and she seen it and she was like, who is this? And I'm just like, oh, this is my friend Roosevelt, and she just thought that was because he's not my boyfriend. Roosevelt is the guy that I talk to at work. Uh-huh. And so she thinks that was a problem. And I'm just like, I'm just being a girl. That's just how I feel. I mean, I've been doing this since I was a little girl. So why would she say something now? And she said like I'm getting older, so she thinks that it's gonna get worse. And I'm like, I laugh at her. Like I'm laughing right now because I laugh at her when she gets, and then she gets angry. She gets pissed off. That I laugh when she's saying stuff like this because I don't see the problem.
So when did you start doing this?
Well, like I've always been interested in guys, of course. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say of course some girls. Yeah, I don't know, but when I was little, like you know, there was guys, and I guess I could say I started off a little too early because like when I was 3, I was kissing like in preschool and stuff like that. And my mama thought like, okay, she's a little too like she used to always tell me like I hear her talk on the phone to her friends saying that I'm too fast. And I was like then I didn't know what that meant. So I'm like, what does she mean I'm too fast? And, I thought like fast is in running. And I'm just like, I run fast. I didn't know. And then like as I started getting older, she would just say like, oh, you nothing like me. Like she would always tell me I'm nothing like her and like I used to always get in trouble for being around guys because like I don't have girlfriends because like I don't really like girls. They like they always talking about me. They call me hoe, and they call me a slut. So yeah, like it's been happening for a while since I was little, but I've really never seen like the big issue. I guess like I'm just living my life, and I feel like I always tell her whenever I decide to have one boyfriend, and that's gonna be me.
So are you like in committed relationships with these boys, or you just because you say you're just having fun, but you call me a boy? So
Yeah, I'm in committed relationships with all of them, and they're fine with it.
And you love them?
Yeah, I do.
So what are you gonna do if they want to ask you to marry them?
Well, I was thinking like how like in other countries like Africa like the man can have like more than one wife. I was thinking because I know it's illegal in the United States, but I'm very serious. Like I tell my mom this all the time because she always asks me like you don't want to just be one person. I'm like, well, I do, but if I decide not to, maybe I can go to another country where it's legal. I can have more than one husband. I don't know.
Wow. So you seem to have your mind made up about this.
Yep.
What do your father think about this?
Well, he just looks at me like I'm, how can I put it? Like I'm some junk off the street. Like he just looks at me like he's disgusted. I'll say that. And I just be like, what is the problem? Like I'm not, doing anything, but he never really like says anything about it. Like I guess him and my mom talks about it, and like my brother is always pissed off about it. But I feel like at this point there's really nothing y'all can do because I'm 19 now, and like they didn't want me to live on campus at school because they thought like I was gonna get pregnant or something. I thought I'm still not pregnant, so just like
So before this happened, like, did y'all have a good relationship with your father?
When I was little, well, my parents are like really like religious, so like everything that I do is always contrary to their belief system or whatever. And I'm like really religious too, but I feel like they're just like too into it, and so I'm just like we don't have the same views and values in life, and he's always had an issue with that, like my dad. So I'm just like I really don't care because when I was little, it used to hurt my feelings to like have them talk about me. I used to cry all the time because they would like talk bad about, how like doing with all these boys, and they thought I was gonna be like, pregnant and all this at this age. But my thing is I have a job, I'm going to school, I'm not pregnant. If I wanna have 5 boyfriends and be with all of them, then what's the problem? And my mom thinks like, she really thinks like there's something behind it all. Like I don't feel loved or something. Or like she used to get her and my father used to argue because she would say like he didn't spend enough time with me, so I felt like I had to get all these other boys' attention. And I'm just like, I just like boys.
So it's not you trying to like rebel against their beliefs?
I'm not trying to because I have the same beliefs as them. I'm just not as serious as they are. But yeah, I like to be with guys. I like to, have my options. I have a white boyfriend, Caucasian. I have an Indian. I have a Mexican. I have a black boyfriend, and I have 2 black boyfriends. But the rest, like I said, and I'm just like, I'm trying to weigh out my options. That's all I'm trying to do. And if they don't have a problem with it, then why should I? And my mom's like, they don't take you seriously. I think all of them are in love with me. So
tell me more about your boyfriends. What are you looking for? What do they have that you like about them?
Well, Carlos, that's the Mexican. Carlos, like he's a little too. I like the fact that he liked to be around me a lot because like he's the main one that like so clingy, and I just sometimes it's like too much, but I like it at the same time because I like the attention. And then like Melvin, that's one of my black boyfriends. He doesn't give me attention at all, but he looks really good. So I talk to him every blue moon. But he's still my boyfriend though. And then sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I forget like it's so much, so I forget them. Like forget like their names. It's like crazy. And I really like Calvin. Like that's my other African American boyfriend. Like he's the one I feel like I should just maybe if I ever decide to break up with all of them, I should just be with him. But then again, I feel like I shouldn't have to just be, limited to one person. It's kind of boring. So, but I like all of them. Like they all treat me good, except Melvin. Melvin doesn't talk to me. Like he just comes over and tries to have sex. But I think he look good, so that's why I talk to him. But he loves me though.
So what makes Calvin so special?
Well, Calvin takes me out all the time. He has money, and he takes me out like all the time to like nice restaurants. And yeah, he has money, so that's attractive.
So from each guy, you're getting something different that you need.
Yeah, I feel like Melvin has the looks, Calvin has the money, Carlos has the the love that I need. Like he's really clingy, but he has the love and support that I need. And then you have Roosevelt, which is see, I don't.
Bakery boy.
Yeah, like that's not even my boyfriend, but I like him because he's like really sensitive, like really really sensitive, and like usually like you like girls don't like that in boys, but I feel like it's kind of like I'm getting the best of both worlds because I kind of got like I think he's gay, so I get like the girl and the boy in him. Mm-hmm.
So do you have any girl guy friends?
Nah, like I have associates, but I think they like talk about me, so I don't really talk to them that often. Like if I text them, like one time I texted this girl, I said, "Hey, like we should hang out." She said, "Bitch, stop texting me." So I was like, "Oh well, like they always treat me like that." So I just
wow, that's crazy.
And my mom like she's like, "What? Who doesn't have girlfriends?" And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm really a sweet girl. Like, I'm really nice, sweet, and I'm fun to hang around. But I guess it's just because, and sometimes, like I went to my when they lived down the street, whatever, this girl, and I wanted to be friends with her, and her mom cursed me out and said that she don't want me hanging out. She don't want her daughter hanging out with no hoe. And I was like, what? Like,
wow. So does this bother you that what people say about you?
Yeah, it does. Cause it's just like, why? Like, why do you have to call me a hoe? I don't understand. Like, and I'm laughing now, but my mom's like, cause when I'm always laughing at her, she'd be like, "You're just laughing, just trying to hide your pain." And sometimes I believe that because I feel like it's so much built up that one day I'm gonna actually like explode because I take all this stuff from different people, and it's just like but I don't know what to do about it. So I guess that's why I'm here. I don't know.
Well, you seem kind of happy with the life that you're living, but the criticism that you get for living your life, you just don't like it, making you angry.
It's not really making me angry. It's just like it's really like it makes me feel like it makes me feel less than a person that I really am because I feel like I'm a great individual, but because I get all this negative feedback, it makes me feel like I'm not anything, and so I try to ignore it because I feel like this is the life that I want to live. But I mean, since my mom is, telling me I have to go see somebody because she thinks something's severely wrong with me, then I'm like, hey, maybe I should. I don't know. I don't think anything's wrong with me, but maybe she's right. I don't know. Because I mean, like everybody makes it seem like what do you think? Is that like not normal to like?
Well, I know that some girls, they do have a voice that they can really touch, but I'm never heard like of someone who does have like 6 or 5 different boyfriends, and they all know about it. So that you have to hang out with each other and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're all friends. Oh. They're all like really good friends. We all went to high school together. They don't care. But I don't like. They all hang out with each other whenever, like outside of like I don't hang out with all of them at once because I feel like that'll be a little too awkward. But they hang out together, like.
So do you ever feel like you want to just sit down, have one person get committed?
Not right now, no. I'm young. I'm living life, girl.
So, you have like a very odd situation. Not crazy, but odd. So have you thought about like just leaving people alone because of what your parents are saying, or you just don't care?
Well, I mean, I feel like I care because like it hurts my mom to see me to see the lifestyle that I'm living. So that's why I'm like, okay. I'm gonna like try to change for you, but my dad, I really could give up about what he thinks because who is he? And that's what my mom feel like it all started like with him not giving me support or like the love that I needed. And so she thinks that, oh, I have to go out here and get all this from all these other guys or whatever. And I'm just like, I can't really say no, that's not what it is because I don't know. But
do you feel like your father, neglected you in a way as you were a child or coming up?
I mean, I wouldn't say neglect because he's a good dad. Like, he does stuff for me, but I feel like we didn't have a relationship, like a good relationship. So, like, we weren't like me and my mom are close, but me and my dad really aren't. So, like, yeah, and like girls, like I feel like they're just so catty. See, like they call me hoes and stuff. Like that's mean. Why would you do that? So I feel like they're catty, and so it all started like me preferring to be around guys. And then I was just like, oh, they're all cute. They thought I was cute. So I said, okay. Then I started talking to all of them. And that was that.
And so, this is how, I don't know. So, maybe the strength from like you not having a relationship with your father because you say that you get different things from each different person. It's just not, have one person has the whole package or whatever. And is that like what you're looking for?
Yeah, but my mom told me that I'm not going to find everything in one person. So, that's why I'm like, okay, I'm not going to find everything in one person. I can just keep them all. Why not?
So how do you have the time for all of this? Because you say you go to school and you work too. So how do you have time to balance all of them out?
Well, like I said, I don't see Melvin all the time. I really don't talk to him as much unless like he, but like I would basically like throughout the week, whatever days I'm off, I will make sure like my homework is done first and then send it to. But whatever days I'm off, like I'm usually off on Mondays. I'll try to go out after all my classes with like one of them, So I make sure that I see them. Like I don't try to put one person on a higher pedestal than the other. I make sure I see all of them and talk to. Like I said, I'm always on the phone. Like if I'm on the phone with one of them, I'll probably be texting the other. So.
And you say you love all of them. And they love you too. You're in love with them.
Yeah. My mom said she don't think they love me because she's like, how could they love you if they're sharing you? I was like, I love them. So what's the problem?
What if you just have like a big heart, but your mother is not getting it? I understand that you're young, you want to have fun, you want to have different friends and stuff, but she just doesn't feel that you should have like all these different boyfriends. Maybe if you were just like saying like, oh, you were talking to her, then it'll be like a different story. But it's probably, yeah. Probably how she feels.
I mean, she always explains to me like how she feels, like, oh, it's not right, Maya, it's not right. I just feel like I really don't care. Like, yeah, like I feel like it's not about what she wants. Even though, okay, maybe what I'm doing isn't normal. Maybe it's not, but who wants to be normal? It's 2013. I can do whatever I want. So it's like, these people can go out here and eat people, then why can't I have 5 boyfriends? Like, and if I want to have a big wedding with 5 men, then why can't I do that?
So I think there's a Bill Cunningham show. It's the same issue. He was just like you, went through everybody. And
see?
He was gonna buy a big old house for all of his women.
Yeah, see?
Living there.
But see, no, that's not right. It's not okay for. No, that's fine. Like, I would live with all of mine, but I feel like it's not right for a guy to try to have a lot of girlfriends.
Why so?
Cause like I feel like a guy should devote his time to this one girl, and if he's not, then he's just trying to be a player.
Do you not see yourself?
I feel like it's different for girls because we're more loving and we don't try to hurt people. Boys are really hurtful. Like guys are really hurtful, and I feel like their intentions are different than girl. Like me, my intentions is not bad. You know, it's not to hurt anybody. It's just like something that I like to do. But I feel like a guy, when he tries to have many girls, like his intentions are wrong. I don't like that.
Have you thought about like how the men feel? Maybe they don't want to share you. Maybe one just like really wants to be with you.
Well, I always ask Calvin, like, you know, like, cause he gets angry sometimes. So I'm just like, okay, you knew what you was getting yourself into when you did it. So, you know, I'm like, either you leave or you stay. And he stays. So I don't know what else I can do about that.
So you feel like they're hurting you?
I probably am, but I mean, if you're that hurt, you can go. You know, like if I was hurt, I wouldn't stay around. I would try to get myself out of that situation so I wouldn't have to hurt. And I tell him, like, you know, if you want to be with one person, you can go find other girls. There's plenty of the girls out here. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, and then I thought like he was talking to other girls, and I was pissed. I was livid. I'm like, you know, you better not be talking to no other females while you're talking to me. If that's the case, you can just go be with them. And he was like, what do you, like, he tried to do that with me. Like, what do you mean? Like, you have all these boyfriends and you don't want me to have another girlfriend? No, I don't.
It's not like I understand it. So, kind of like selfish in a way.
You calling me selfish?
I'm saying it's kind of selfish in a way. Because it's a double standard. You're doing, you know, not doing you, but, you know, you're having him, but for other men. And then when he tries to do it, he's like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Why is it so different from men?
I don't know. I just feel like it's not right.
So do you feel like what you're doing is right?
Yep. I mean, well, I'm not gonna say it's right because according to my religion, it's not. But we all have our flaws, and we're not perfect.
So you think your relationships are making you become like a mature person?
Yeah, I think I've matured a lot over the past few years. Especially like when my dad got angry like about all of this, and I was like, okay, you know, I would ask them for money, and it would always be a problem. And that's when I got a job because I was like, you know, I'm not gonna deal with this. I get my own money, so yeah.
And that was your way, just like trying to shut your dad out, like getting a job.
Yep. So I don't have to ask them for anything, and I already have a car, so technically I don't have to see them, like, you know.
So what does your brother say?
My brother was like really angry about it, but he tries to like sit down and talk to me about it all the time, like this, and I just be like, oh my god, I don't care, because what is he doing? I always tell him, what are you doing? You always talking to all these girls, like, you know, I feel like can't nobody say nothing to me because nobody's perfect and y'all doing whatever y'all doing, but why can't I do what I want to do? Because you feel like it's different or it's not normal, like what? But I mean, if I'm sitting in this chair, then obviously it must be a problem. Maybe it's not normal, quote unquote.
You don't think it's a problem, but you know society, what they say is girls supposed to be, you know, submissive and like, you know, be with one person. But it's just a double standard society. I don't see what you're doing as a problem with, like, you know, a big problem with that, because if you're happy, that should already know that it should matter, whatever, you know, despite how your family feels, whatever. But, you said you want to try to get better and, you know, work hard for, to, like, so your mother could just stop, like, asking you about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I think about, like, you know, maybe I should just have one because, like I said, I don't have any friends. Everybody always looks at me like I'm disgusting, and like it's been times where like I've like caught things, you know. So I'm like, you know, maybe this is too much, but I feel like at the same time I'm kind of happy. But then again, it's just like I don't, you know, it's just like being on drugs. Like you can't just stop something that you've been doing so long. And I think that's what my mom was like trying to tell me, and that's why she wants me to talk to someone. So.
What do you mean when you caught things?
Like, I've had like different sensations, you know, down there, and all things because you know it's a lot of people that I'm sleeping with.
So what do you want to try to work on in order to, to make things better with your relationship with your family? Because maybe that is kind of hindering your family lives, whatever, to get back right with your mother, to get your health back together too as well.
Well, I feel like, I could try not to. Well, I could, like, at least block out the unnecessary men that I talk to. Like Melvin, for instance, since I don't really. I could, like, try to, like, one by one, cut them all off and just. Or maybe I just don't need to talk to any of them anymore. I don't know. But maybe I could just, try to, like, cut them off and just focus. Maybe I just need to focus on myself right now. I don't know.
Do you think that you have many boyfriends because you don't have female friends? That's why you keep them around?
Probably. Like, I don't, I'm a really emotional girl and people don't understand that. Like, I always cry all the time about it. So I feel like, well, since I don't have girlfriends, then like I have guys that, are gonna tend to me and, make me feel special and stuff like that. So, but it just so happens that the guy friends turns into like relationships. So I don't know. I just think that mm, I just think that things just don't happen overnight, and I think people like expecting too much. Like they try to make it seem like I'm doing something like I'm like, okay, I'm not hurting anybody. You know, mom think I'm hurting myself. I don't see how, but and she always tell me I can see things that you can't see. So I don't know what it is that she's seeing, but I'm not seeing it. So
Well, maybe she sees your like risky situation and has some bad sensations going on, health wise, whatever. You know how mothers are. They always want the best for their kids, daughters, and stuff.
I
Do you
guess
feel like she has high expectations for you?
very. I mean, like I'm a pretty smart person since I'm in school. I have my head on straight for the most part. It's just she feels like it's just that's hindering me from being like what she expects me to be. Like she said, she's proud of my accomplishments, but when it comes down to me messing with having all these boyfriends, she thinks that's like just horrible. I just
So how do you feel when you go to family events, like, they ask you about, oh, who you dating, and all that stuff?
I tell them, oh yeah, I have him. Like I tell them all about boyfriends, and they all just looking at me like my cousins. They call me whores and sluts and stuff. They just be like, wow, she's such like all aunties and stuff look at me, and I just be like, what? Like, and then like my mom is embarrassed, so I feel bad because she embarrassed or whatever. But like I treat them, I'd be like, at the end of the day, I do what I want, but I'm still doing this, I'm doing that. Like, what are your daughters doing? And they just be looking at me like my daughters isn't out here sleeping with every boy, and then I just be like, what? Like I'm not sleeping with a lot of guys. 5 isn't that much, so. But maybe I do need to make some changes, for my mother's sake. I don't know.
So do you want to change for you, or do you want to change for your mom?
Both. I like to see my mom happy. But then again, at the same time, like, I can see, like, why it's a problem. And I feel like if it's, like a lot of people saying that it's a problem, then it must be. Something must be wrong.
So now you think you have a problem?
Probably, but I just don't see it, though. I don't see the problem. But I feel like maybe, it is a problem since I don't have at least one person to see my side. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I don't have at least one person to say, I don't see the problem either, then I will feel better. But because I don't have that, so I'm just thinking, okay, maybe something is wrong with me. Like, I don't know. So that's why, I'm probably trying to change it.
So, we can work towards a plan of trying to help you. Maybe we can try to make friends with some girls, and they'll probably less with you. they show me all the boys because every girl needs to be smart girl best friend that they talk to relate to them to boys they can respect that they you know work towards that on the next session.
Okay, sounds good.
Sure.